Hello everyone, it's Carly and we are moving into our third week of our 60-day challenge. So I want to start to address some topics about eating habits and not specifically what to eat, but why we eat. So driving factors or triggers that cause you to want to eat out of emotional hunger versus physical hunger. Have you ever found yourself walking into the kitchen at 9 o'clock at night, you're not exactly hungry, you just had dinner, but something sounds good, or maybe you're really, really tired, or you're starting to feel bored, and so you meander to the kitchen and grab a snack? Or have you ever experienced strong cravings for certain foods, maybe right after you eat, that mid-time in your afternoon, you feel like you need a snack, but you just ate a couple hours ago. These are signs of emotional eating versus actual physical hunger. And a lot of times we eat emotionally due to different feelings that we're experiencing. So some people eat when they are bored, when they are stressed, anxious, lonely, or even happy sometimes. So the first thing to overcome this emotional eating is to recognize the difference between emotional hunger and physical hunger. And emotional hunger is going to come on quickly. All of a sudden you're going to feel the urge or a craving for something. It's a specific food that you want/need. And it's as you eat or after you keep eating, that urge doesn't go away. Your desire to eat is still there. And those are signs of emotional hunger. Physical hunger comes on slow and gradual. So all of a sudden you start to feel like, I'm getting a little bit hungry, and it continues to gradually increase. And if you don't eat, it would just decrease and you'd be fine. In addition, physical hunger, when you're experiencing that, a variety of foods sound good. You could go for pasta, you could go for pizza, you could go for burgers, you could go for a salad. Many things sound good. And once you have eaten, you feel fulfilled, you feel satiated, you have no desire to eat. So that's the difference between physical and emotional hunger. So the most important thing is to start to recognize what you're feeling, which two of those hungers you're feeling when you meander into the kitchen. The next thing I suggest is a take 5. Take 5. Or I should say take 10, so that way food's on my mind. So take 10. Take 10 minutes when you feel a craving or once you start to think about food and you're about to have a snack. Take 10 minutes. And in this 10 minutes, I want you to assess how you're feeling. So where are you emotionally? Was this hunger gradual? Are there specific foods that you're craving? Are you stressed? Are you lonely? Are you bored? Are you tired? And you're just going to start to think about how you're feeling. And if you recognize that this is an emotional hunger, then you're going to back off and redirect. And then if you realize that this is actually a physical hunger, then after the 10 minutes, of course, proceed and have your snack or your meal. So first thing, recognize emotional or physical hunger. Second thing, before you eat, anytime before you eat, going forth this week, I want you to stop and take 10. Take 10. Realize what kind of hunger is this? What kind of feelings are you feeling? And next is identify the emotion. So as I mentioned before, if you are feeling lonely, then instead of eating, you are going to divert your attention and you are going to call somebody that you love or miss, a family or a friend, or go and pet your dog. If you are feeling anxious, you're going to get up and go for a walk, go outside, get some fresh air, or go to an exercise class. If you are feeling bored, then you can do a new hobby, do something around the house you've been wanting to do. I am actually attaching a chart to this email. It's in as an attachment. So print this bad boy out and put it on your fridge. And if you think of anything else you want to add to each column for ideas of what you can do when you're feeling this way, then go ahead and do so. So once you recognize what feeling you are feeling, you're going to replace eating with the new habit. So you'll go to the kitchen, you're going to take 10, think about how you're feeling. If you have a journal, write down the time. Was this a gradual hunger? What was your emotion? I'm sad, I'm lonely. What was your trigger? So my trigger was, I am feeling lonely because I miss my family, and I was on Facebook and it triggered me missing everyone. And so that way I get an understanding of what are some triggers that cause me to rely on food to mask this emotion. And then you're going to actually do that thing. So do the thing that replaces the loneliness. Do the thing that replaces the food with anxiety. Do the thing that replaces eating with boredom. And then following that, you're just going to accept the emotion. So a lot of times we want to cover up and mask and hide feelings that aren't exactly fun to go through. But that's a normal part of life. And understand that it's a normal part of life. This is something that I actually really, really have to practice, because I want every day to be so fun and the best day ever, and I want everybody around me to be happy. And it's not reasonable to think that every moment of every day is going to be perfect and everything's going to be happy. It's not reasonable, it's not realistic. But if you accept the feelings that you're feeling, you can actually end up letting them go. But if you don't allow yourself to, and you mask it with eating, which a lot of women do, or you mask it with drinking or provocative decisions or risky behaviors, it's not going to ever address these feelings that we have deep down inside of us. So allow yourself to feel these feelings. Allow yourself to be angry. Allow yourself to feel excited but not have to celebrate with ice cream, or allow yourself just to have that feeling and enjoy that space. These steps are going to actually help get rid of the habit of associating feelings with eating. And the quicker you can step away from that, the better your future is going to be, your relationship with food is. Oftentimes, if you continue feeding into these habits of eating with emotions, we end up on a downward spiral. It leads to obesity, it leads to depression. Weight gain is going to be a part of the process. It leads to actually further anxiety and other mental disorders, and it also leads to physical disorders. So along with being overweight, there's obviously a multitude of diseases that you can get just from having a poor diet. Because let's be honest, when we are emotionally eating, we're not eating salads and smoothies. We crave foods that are high in fat and high in sugar. And if you are curious to find out why we crave foods high in fat and sugar, you can go ahead and click in the link below for my recent blog I posted. It goes into details about the hormones and what's going on with your body and why you desire those comfort foods, why you desire comfort foods when you're feeling an emotional hunger. So check that out if you want additional information and you're curious. Always understand why you are doing the things you are doing, so that way you can make good choices going further in your life and not just through these 60 days. If you guys have any questions or concerns, be sure to email me. Check out the attachment. You can print this out and put it on your fridge. Make it your own. If you don't want to do a puzzle when you're bored, put something in there that you would do, like I'm going to organize my cupboards when I'm bored. I'm going to play cards. I'm going to practice a new language. I'm going to learn the guitar. Anything you want. I'm going to give some suggestions, but if it's really not up your alley, then create it, make it your own. This is just a tool to help you get through this process and to have a good understanding of your motivation behind your hunger. In addition, this week we're going to be tracking what you're eating and the time you're eating. So this is going to give you a clear idea if you're eating out of hunger or out of physical or emotional desire. So you're going to see that as you write this out. I ask that you don't start making drastic changes to your diets just the 3 days that you're recording your foods. Go about your day as you normally would. So pretend that somebody is just catching your every single day life, so we get a true picture of what we're working with, so we can move forward in the right path in the next 60 days. So, and beyond. So have a great week. You're doing awesome, and I'm so proud to be a part of this journey. Message below or click reply if you have any questions or concerns. Have a great week.